Okay, hi. It is match number 1. We're on the draw. We have just a little bit of an awkward hand, made less awkward by the Aether Vial. 3 2-drops, an Aether Vial, 1 colored source, but it is fortunately a dual land.
I'd like to keep.
Yeah, we're going to keep this, definitely. Definitely. We're up against Tron.
Oh, did you mention that your last league you went 5-0-10-0?
I didn't because I didn't want to jinx it, but now we're jinxed.
Yeah.
So yeah, this exact list was the perfect 10-0 last time I ran it through a league. So
yeah,
see how that goes. Ooh, a second Aether Vial is not a good draw. We're up against Tron. Tron.
Oh, that's an interesting. Okay, I'm not sure I am a fan of the art, but I haven't seen that version of Chromatic Sphere before.
Yeah, the art's questionable.
I like the border.
Oh yeah, the brown is always good. I like their old power plant too. So they didn't play turn 1 thing to find a land. They played a turn 1 star. They might have turn 2. They might have turn 2 Sylvan Scrying, and there's nothing we can do about that. But if we get a turn, right? If they just play like Ancient Stirrings, and they don't find the land they're missing, then we can. Okay, so here's Ancient Stirrings. We're gonna get to play Thalia next turn. If this exact same scenario had presented itself and we were on the play, this would actually be a really good opener against Tron. As it stands, it sort of depends on what their hand looks like, plus what they find with the Stirrings. If they set up for turn 3 Tron, we're in real trouble, but if they don't... So they got
Eugene.
And they played a Forest. Okay, that's actually very good. They're playing an Expedition Maps. They're 2 turns away from Tron. They are going to have 8 mana when they hit Tron, but they won't be able to cast Ugin because Thalia is in play. So we have some turns. We've bought some turns here.
So we're just trying to kill them as fast as possible? Like what?
Yep. Especially game 1. Like, there's nothing else we can really do.
Yeah.
So Thalia is not our fastest clock. Remorseful Cleic followed by Supreme Phantom would be faster, but Thalia is actually going to disrupt them.
Yeah, and slowing down all their like little artifacts and.
Yeah, it's a shame they got the Expedition map down. It would have been way better for us if they had like played another. Looks like they were just trying to Sylvan Scry, based on what just happened there. So it's kind of nice to know. Wait, they just get another power plant? They just got a second power plant. I wonder if that was a mistake. Why would they do that?
That's interesting.
Because now they're... Oh, yep, that was a mistake. Because they have different art power plants. Well, I have been screwed over as a Tron opponent because I didn't realize my opponent had 2 different arts of the same Tron land. So I don't feel terrible about my opponent getting screwed over by that, but it is kind of a...
We are going to capitalize on
We are definitely going to punish them for that mistake. That is going to totally ruin their game plan, I think. Wow. So we drew all of our Aether Vials.
Mm-hmm. This is so Mutavault is pretty appealing in this spot actually.
Why is that?
It's we're making land drops and they're additional threats, so drawing these extra Aether Vials aren't necessarily as bad.
Yeah, so these are still just completely dead cards, these Aether Vials.
Right.
So we still only have a 4-card hand, especially considering we can't actually cast the Aether Vial and still attack with Mutavault because of Thalia. Yeah. So it's straight up dead in our hand. I think what we ought to do here is play a Mutavault so that we have 2 without Summoning Sickness. Play out Remorseful Cleic to get another creature in play, attack with Thalia. End step, we put Supreme Phantom into play, and then on our following turn, we animate both Mutavaults and swing for 14.
Yep.
Which is quite a bit. Especially because they missed Tron for another turn. I think that's going to just ruin them.
Tell your opponent that you're not in a rush.
What? Oh, because they're... Yeah, they were wondering what's taking us so long. We'll say we're not in a rush.
Yeah.
All right, 3 mana Sylvan Scrying. That's how we're winning this one. You wanna maybe? John is over in his studio, making noises. Cool. So they're all done. They definitely don't have any dismembers we have to worry about because Thalia is still in play. So we're gonna smack them for quite a bit. We should put our Aether Vial to 3. That way, if we draw another 2 mana creature, we can play it and still attack with a Mutavault. But if we draw a 3 mana creature, we can Aether Vial. All right, our opponent's frustrated that we're taking a little bit of time. Like, I don't know. It's been 4 minutes off of our clock. I think probably put it up to 3 because if we draw a 2 mana threat, we can still cast it with our lands. If we draw a 3 mana threat, then we can play with Aether Vial and attack with both Mutavaults. So we'll go to 3. Drew a Phantasmal Image.
Is that better than? Well, you can still fire 1 Mutavault.
Well, they're gonna have Tron next turn. And
So I'm just saying, like, copy the Phantom.
well, so they're gonna play Ugin. And they're gonna exile everything. So I think we have to.
Sorry, I stepped out. We know they have the.
We know they have Ugin. So 5, 6.
Sorry, the other land though.
What? No, but we gotta assume they do.
Okay.
So 6 plus 6, we hit them for 12. That's a little awkward. We only put them to 6.
Yeah, but then. Okay. How much damage would it be if we play Phantasmal Image, attack with everything, and 1 Mutavault?
Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
And then-
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 still.
And then do we have lethal from?
No.
Mutavaults?
So let's hold the Phantasmal Image.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna try to deal as much damage as possible here. So we'll make some mana. We'll animate both Mutavaults. We'll go to combat. Swing for 12.
Okay.
So, turns out that, I think that going up to 3 with the Vial is the right call, but as it stands, if we had kept it at 2, then we would have, okay, so they didn't have the Tron Man, so we're fine.
That's definitely a game, right? I mean,
yeah, because they play Tower and what? They have 5 mana. They can't do anything with 5 mana. They play a Walking Ballista for 2, which doesn't do anything. All right, so they concede. Then whatever. We stole that game. We won that game because they made a mistake. If they hadn't have made that mistake, I think we still were in the running because of the 2 Mutavaults, which is actually, so this is not something that I've encountered yet since switching to the Mutavault deck, but that is an enormous upside to have against Ugin.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Just huge improvement for the deck to have Mutavaults against an Ugin. We drew 2 and Aether Vial, so it's sort of the best possible game for Mutavault.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely going to look really good there. Okay, so Fragmentize we'll bring in because it can destroy an uncracked map. It can destroy a Oblivion Stone. Negate and Unified Will are all awesome.
How do you feel about Stony Silence for the rocks?
And Stony Silence.
Okay.
Yeah. Not just for for the eggs, you mean? Yeah, so Stony Silence turns the eggs off. It also turns off Oblivion Stone. I actually think I might want to get rid of Fragmentize. It turns off the eggs, it turns off Oblivion Stone, and it turns off Walking Ballista.
Mm-hmm. And our Aether Vials.
Yep, and it turns off our Aether Vials, so they're coming out. That's a pretty common swap. So we'll bring out the 3 Aether Vials. Remorseful Cleic doesn't do anything against Tron. We know that Thalia is not so good on the draw against them, but she's fine as a main deck card. I don't think there's anything we need to cut for her.
Mm-hmm.
The Drogskol Captains are a reasonable thing to cut.
Yeah, they're a little slow, and they don't really target stuff anyways.
Yeah, not too often, like with Karn, basically. But if Karn is exiling something, exiling a Drogskol Captain is impactful anyway.
Right.
So we'll cut those. We gotta decide if we want to bring in the Vapor Snag. I think probably not. And the Echoing Truths, they're a maybe. That might come in game 3.
Yeah, maybe.
I
like having a higher threat density.
Yep. Yeah, we're submitting a 30 creature deck.
Also, this match is brought to you by delicious Ethiopian iced coffee.
Yep, sure is. We're gonna mulligan this, and this is a good hand.
Yeah.
Not amazing. The Path to Exile is only okay against Tron. They kept 6. We'll keep 6. I like the Wanderer.
Yeah, that's. If you can counter. Wait, how much does map cost too? Or
map is an artifact.
Oh shit.
So Wanderer can counter.
Sylvan Scrying. That's what
Wanderer can counter a turn 2 Sylvan Scrying. And so they might take a turn off and not cast it until turn 3. And if they try to do that, then turn 2 Thalia means that Wanderer can also counter Sylvan Scrying. We will snap counter an Ancient Snurrings here if they give us the chance. Just no question. Okay, Chromatic Star. That's, oh wow. Okay, so they mulled to 6 and they did the Tron thing where they keep a 1-land hand and rely on their rocks. So we will crush their soul with a turn 2 Thalia here. This is the reason to play Thalia in the Spirits deck. It's specifically for the curve of turn 1 Wanderer into turn 2 Thalia. Because this just ruins a lot of decks.
Yeah.
Even if they weren't mana screwed, like we were talking about, if they were trying to cast...
and now we have a Spell Queller for, whatever comes next.
Right, so they're probably going to play another rock here. That's what this hand suggests to me.
Can't play that Sylvan Scrying.
They're very sad to have to pay 2 mana for an Ancient Stirrings here, I think. So they're probably going to play a rock instead if they have it. Ballista X equals 1. Alright, so, bummer. Yeah. Interested to see what they kill with it. Thalia. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yep.
And now do you just snap counter whatever?
Almost certainly. So they have a mine and a power plant, so they could just draw into Tron. That's still very, very much a thing that could happen. We could still lose this game for sure. Tron mulligans better than maybe any other deck in Modern. They can mulligan to 3 if it's just 2 Tron lands and a threat, and then they just eventually find that 3rd land and you die. Okay, so we're gonna hold up the Spell Queller
in case they cast something to find Tron.
Okay, so Moorland Haunt's nice.
Yeah,
we can make a creature end a turn, and then after that we can start attacking with Mutavault while also holding up Spell Queller. We're not attacking with Mutavault here because holding up Spell Queller is a much higher upside. We also can counter. I'm not sure if our opponent sees this, and I'm also not sure if it's going to be relevant, but we could counter something X equals 2. So they're getting Sylvan Scrying, or they're going to Sylvan Scry. This is definitely a good Spell Queller target. If they had not played a land, right? If they played a... Are they going to try to dismember our... I wonder if they're going to try to dismember here.
Looks like it.
They're definitely casting Dismember. The question is, what are they dismembering? Because if they dismember our Spell Queller, they're going to be real sad. Okay. Wow, okay, so they screwed that up. Our opponent seems to be having a bad day.
Looks like they need to go to class.
They really need to go to class. So they're going to Spell Queller. They're going to dismember our Spell Queller with the Enter the Battlefield ability on the stack, which does not work out for them at all.
Yeah, so they're going to lose this Sylvan Scrying.
So their Sylvan Scrying is just gone. We just 2-for-1'd them there. They're probably very upset about this. And now we have another creature in the graveyard for Mutavault, or for Moorland Haunt. I expect to get a BM in the chat sometime soon. Vendilion Clique is super good. We will attack with Mutavault.
You pay with Island, you can still Moorland Haunt. Yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna Vendilion Clique them on their upkeep. I guess that's probably not ideal. Yeah, we're not gonna Vendilion Clique on their upkeep. We're gonna wait and see if they cast a spell to try to get a Tron land. Because we have the Mutavault, okay, so Sylvan Scrying to try to get a Tron land.
So now you can...
I think in this case we want to click them.
Yeah.
See what they're going to play with the Tron land.
Because if it's just a Wormcoil engine, we have an answer.
Oh yeah, if it's a Wormcoil, we don't care at all. It is a Wormcoil. So we can just let that Tron land happen. If it had been something like an Ugin, they couldn't even cast. If it was going to be a Karn specifically, I would sacrifice the Mausoleum Wanderer to counter the Sylvan Scrying. What that does is it forces them to either pay and not cast Karn this turn, or...
No, what are you doing?
What? Oops. That was a mistake. Anyway, what I was going to say is if it was going to be a Karn, we would try to counter the Sylvan Scrying.
Well, maybe now they don't have anything to play off of it.
Yep, or we just get destroyed. Okay, so Oblivion Stone, that really stinks. So that was a big misplay by us. This is just a whole game of misplays. I think we're still going to be able to close this one out because now the only card in their hand is a Nature's Claim.
And we do have Mutavault and Moorland Haunt.
Yeah, I think we're going to be fine. We can animate the Mutavault here. We still have mana to make a creature end of turn. But that was super dumb. We would have won this game handily if I hadn't have done that. So,
just the downside of Magic Online.
That was the downside of having a conversation while a Vendilion Clique activation was resolved.
Yeah. Because you wanted to click no, right?
Yes, I just didn't want to. Man. Well, whatever.
So they're going to activate it as you go to attack them next turn. So you do not want to activate.
We're definitely not going to animate Mutavault or activate Moorland Haunt, right? Because we have lethal on the board. They also, I don't know why they cracked that map. That was suspicious in my opinion, because having that map in play to Nature's Claim is actually really good. They can Nature's Claim their own map and gain 4 life. So we basically gave them a free draw step. That was just a big bad thing that we did there. So we'll go to combat, attack them for 4. They Oblivion Stone us. We feel real bad about it because we gave them that Oblivion Stone for free. So they have an unknown card and a Nature's Claim.
Right.
So they actually still are alive for 2 turns unless you draw a Lord. Another Oblivion Stone. That's rough. But it doesn't kill us.
So we can just keep making...
We just make tokens with Moorland Haunt.
Yeah. We've got plenty of fodder.
Yep.
Selfless Spirit would be an excellent draw.
I agree. Phantasmal Image, not really so good.
No. Copying Wormcoil would be great.
Yep, but that's on the bottom of their library.
Well, they shuffled right from.
Yeah. I'm just messing.
So actually probably get more draws if they Nature's Claim their O Stone.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to feel like such a fool if we lose this game. So Ulamog's not actually that big of a deal.
Do they have enough mana now to
No.
bust open? Okay. So we can actually path and attack the Mutavault. Okay, unless they're getting moved.
Okay, so
Definitely make a spirit.
yeah, so we activate the Moorland Haunt. We still are definitely live to a Lord, obviously.
What about making a copy of Ulamog with Phantasmal Image before you path it?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Yeah, that's fine.
And he's indestructible.
Yeah, he's indestructible, so that gives us...
I would absolutely love to kill them with their own Ulamog.
Yes, that would be really lovely to do. What are they going to get? Okay, they got a Worm Coil. So all the more reason to not path the Ulamog.
Right.
We could just draw a Lord and kill them. You know,
Right.
that'd be an easy way to win this game.
So they still have the Nature's Claim.
Yep. Okay, did not find the Lord. So we'll put them to 1. Now we're gonna make a copy of their Ulamog and we'll pass.
Yeah.
They, probably don't have a lot. They can kill this. They're not going to be able to target it with too much stuff. It would really stink if they just played Ballista and targeted it with a counter. But if they do that, they're probably going to dump all their mana into the Ballista so they can answer a bunch of our spirits.
Yeah.
We have 45 cards in our library, so you better believe we're going to let this Ulamog attack. Worm Coil Engine. Okay.
All right. We know he's hungry.
Yeah, that's the question. How hungry is their Ulamog?
There's a pie.
Ceaselessly hungry. There's a Dark Souls boss, the original Dark Souls, called Ceaseless Discharge.
Oh my god.
And that's all I can think of when I see Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, is Ceaseless Discharge.
Okay, excellent.
Negate's a good draw. So we'll force... Oh, yeah, we can kill him.
Yes.
Yeah, so we just attack with the 2 spirits.
Yeah.
We attack with the 2 spirits and we negate their Nature's Claim. Right? Oh yeah, it's weird though. I guess they're looking to...
Okay, so they're popping their Worm Coil. Do you want to path it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
What's the...
Because then they get the tokens.
Right, but I don't think the tokens... Like, we can just path the
3/3.
The 3/3?
Yeah.
I guess we can path this. We can path the Worm Coil. Yeah, let's do that. So now they'll probably Nature's Claim it, and that's why I was thinking I don't really want to path it, because then we're under pressure to negate the path, or negate the Nature's Claim, which means they're drawing live off the top of their deck. What do you think? Do you think we let them gain the life, or do you think we negate this? They top deck way better than we do.
That is true, and they have a lot of redraws.
Yeah, so I think we let this resolve.
But then how many more turns are we getting them by letting them gain?
It's true. All right. Man, I really blew this whole game by clicking that Worm Coil Engine. I did. Don't pretend that I didn't. I definitely did.
This is equivalent to distracted driving in a way.
And at least we might be the victim of our own distracted driving.
Yeah.
Which is better than somebody else being the victim. I guess you, Jake, are sort of the victim of my distracted driving.
Yeah. Well, this guy has to go to class in 10 minutes, so.
World Breaker would be bad because it can't target the Ulamog. Thrag Tusk.
Ha.
Well, Negate wouldn't have countered that, so who gives a heck? You know what else, Jake?
So they have to block. I guess they can block with Ulamog. But...
Yeah, so I just want to point out, they have 38 cards in their library.
Mm-hmm.
We have 44 cards in our library, which means if we attack them twice, they die on their draw step. We don't.
Well, we die to damage from their card.
We just love these Flooded Strands.
So
we attack them. We attack them.
Yeah.
They go to 18 cards in library.
Mm-hmm.
They attack us back. We go to 5. We attack them again. They go to 0 cards in library, and they die on their upkeep. Okay. Because we literally just have 3 Flooded Strands in our hand, we're just gonna attack.
Get in there. He's hungry.
Hungry.
He's going after that pie on the windowsill.
Yep. Okay. We exiled 20 cards.
All the cards, please.
Eugene. 0 cards. We didn't hit any Karns. But we did hit 2 Spatial Contortions.
Oh, dang.
Probably. And a Dismember.
So they're only targeting.
Yeah, so I think Karn might be like the only thing left in their deck that can target stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how many Dismembers and Spatial Contortions they play, but probably not 4 of each. And right now there are 4 already accounted for.
Right.
So they get a draw step to find a thing that targets, assuming they're not already holding one. Or I guess they could draw a Walking Ballista and kill us.
I think they're getting in there.
They still have up to... there's only 1 Walking Ballista in the graveyard. Okay, so they're not attacking us with the Thragtusk, which means they probably don't have the Walking Ballista. So what did they eat from us? All right, we win.
Okay.
Cool. So they ate... That was such a train wreck of a match. So they ate 2 paths, and we had a path in the graveyard. So we still had 1 path to draw. Let's see.
All right. That was a warm-up game, and we got something else to do here before we sign off.
Yeah. So we are 1-0.
I'll let you pick the pack.
Okay, I want a Karn.
Just to really rub it in.
Yeah, I opened a Teferi out of this box the other day, so
I'm gonna open the Teferi pack.
Okay, no, it's in there.
Common shots.
Kazarov Sengir Pureblood.
Oh, dude, I hope so. Man.
Yeah. All right, so to celebrate our 1-0, we're gonna crack some packs.
Yeah, you go first.
All right. Davenant Trapper.
Cool.
Skirk Prospector, bad. Deep Freeze, great card. Rat Colony, need a bunch more of those. Croson Druid, Sparring Contract. Llanowar Elves is good, but I'm not really in green. Call the Cavalry, that's good. I'm already kind of in white. Shivan Fire is great, but I'm not in red. That obviously pulls me towards red. We'll see if it comes together. Power Stone Shard, meh. Eldest Reborn is a very good card, and I also have Rite of Belzenlock, so I might be playing Black Sagas.
Pretty awesome.
Gaia's Blessing, not really interesting.
Oh my god.
Urza's Ruinous Blast.
Great with the Wrath, right?
I have 1 legendary creature right now.
Mm-hmm.
So not really castable yet, but it's good. And Tatiova Benthic Druid, which is a bomb. If I'm in green or blue, I will be splashing blue or green to play Tatiova.
Oh yeah.
All right, what do you have, Jake?
All right, here we go. All right, first out of the pack is Sarah Disciple.
Meh.
Fervid Strike.
Meh.
No. Deep Freeze.
Okay.
Some removal.
Yep.
Ooh, I like seeing this Grow from the Ashes.
Oh, that's going to go well
with
with
really well with Saprolings.
And your Croson Druid.
Yes. Divest. Not playing that one, probably. Another Jousting Lance.
Wow, okay. So you've got a lot of great... Oh, and a Thaladon.
Thaladon here. Okay, my black-green is looking pretty good so far. Gideon's Reproach. Run Amok. Voltaic Servant. Oh
my goodness.
Song of Freyleys.
Okay, so wait, let's give a quick little run through it. You've got Saproling Migration, Grow from the Ashes, Croson Druid, Thalida Omnivore, Eviscerate, and a Song of Freyleys.
Yep.
That is a really, really good looking black-green pool.
Oh, yeah.
That is super good.
Seal Away.
Oh, that's tugging me towards white.
Yeah. Ooh, Spore Crown.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
All right.
You better open some good
stuff. That's a sealed pool dream.
And Evra Halcyon Witness. Probably not playing that one.
Probably not playing Evra.
We'll see.
But wow, you don't need it. You already got
Fantastic.
2/3 of a
liking-
black-green deck, and it's only been 2 packs.
I'm liking the look of this deck so far.
Alright, I'm not liking the look of Jake's deck so far. Cool. We're 1-0. We've opened 2 packs of Dominaria so far. We'll be back for round 3.